Radhe Radhe, Happy Diwali, and Happy Govardhan Puja for the day after Diwali. Many of you might be wondering what this day represents, so I'll share a brief story from the Srimad Bhagavatam to explain the significance of Govardhan Puja. In Canto 10 of the Srimad Bhagavatam, where a lot of stories of Sri Krishna's pastimes are described, it is mentioned that at one point, the villagers, the gopas, the gopis, the cowherds, the householders, the milkmaids in Vrindavan, Braj, they were all preparing for a ritual and sacrifices to Lord Indra so that they could be blessed with continuous rain for agriculture and crop growing and sustenance. Sri Krishna was rather surprised and discussed this with his father, Nand Baba, asking why the villagers would do such a thing. His point of discussion or argument was that it is not someone who is not the master of the universe who should be able to decide what happens as a benefit to anybody else. In fact, Sri Krishna thought that it was everyone's karma doing their duty without attachment, sort of like karma yoga, as in Bhagavad Gita chapter 3, to be able to fulfill one's responsibilities and then beget anything from the Supreme Lord himself. So Sri Krishna actually encouraged the villagers to not perform that sacrifice and those rituals, which of course angered Lord Indra, the king of the celestial heavens, a lot. Out of retaliation, Lord Indra then caused immense amount of rain to fall upon the entire village. And this happened for many, many days on end. Finally, the gopas and the gopis had to seek Sri Krishna's help and ask for his refuge. And Sri Krishna told everybody to not worry. In fact, he took the Govardhan hill, a mountain, and held it up on his left pinky finger. And he did that standing without moving for 7 non-stop days. Those 7 non-stop days under the Govardhan hill, held by Sri Krishna's little pinky finger, with all the villagers, their wagons, the children, and so on, safely covered underneath that hill. And what this did is that Lord Indra, it was definitely a blow to his pride, but it also enabled him to be humbled, to understand that he was not the master of the universe. In fact, Sri Krishna was, is, and shall be the Supreme Lord, and that is how Sri Krishna was able to humble Lord Indra and protect the villagers at the same time, all those days. Of course, in this divine pastime, at the end of those 7 days, Sri Krishna was naturally very, very famished. And so all the villagers prepared lots of offerings to Sri Krishna, including yogurt, grains, and water. And that is usually what is part of the elements of Chappan Bhog, 56 items of food and drink that are offered to Lord Krishna as part of Annakut, celebrated in conjunction with Govardhan Puja. That briefly is the tale of Govardhan Puja, its origin and its significance, as we learn from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Once again, happy Govardhan Puja to everybody, the day after Diwali, and happy Diwali. Radhe Radhe.